Lesson 9-9 using percent equations, and in this lesson you'll solve percent problems using percent equations, and you can use percent equations to find the interest earned on your investments. Let's take a look at this technology activity. Maria Morales has saved some money that she wishes to invest. Her banker has provided the terms, interest rates, and minimum investments on the certificates of deposit or CDs that they offer. Maria used the information to prepare the spreadsheet below to compare the options. So in option 1, she needs to invest 2,500, and the percent monthly interest rate for that investment is 0.375, and the bank will hold the money for 6 months. Okay. Option 2 is same minimum investment, but with a higher monthly interest rate of 0.45, but with a higher yield. Okay, the bank will hold it for a longer period of time of 12 months. Option 3, a higher minimum investment, a higher interest rate, monthly interest rate, but the bank will hold it for a longer period of time of 36 months. And finally, the minimum investment for option 4 is 7,500, an even higher monthly interest rate, but they want to hold your money for 60 months. Okay, so before we get the interest for the term, the principal is the amount of money in the account. We'll look at some definitions. The amount of interest earned in a month can be found by using the percent proportion. Interest over principal equals interest rate over 100. Then multiply the monthly interest by the number of months to find the total interest earned. Okay, so this is the formula we're going to use. Interest over principal, okay, is equal to interest rate over 100. Okay, so interest in this case is the interest for the term. Okay, so use a calculator or spreadsheet to find the interest on each of the investment, which option earns the most, what factors contribute to this. Okay, and letter B, let I represent interest, P represent principal, okay, and R the interest rate, okay, as a decimal, and T time in months. So write a formula for finding the interest on any account. So before we do that, let's do this using a calculator. So basically what we do, since we're presented with this, we simply get this one to be able to find interest. Okay, using option 1, this is what we do. Make my line smaller for this one. Okay, so we get 25%, 2,500, which is our principal, and we don't know what the interest for the term is, so that is x over 2,500 is equal to interest rate, which is 0.375. 0.375 as a decimal, this is 0.375%. Okay, as a decimal is 0.0, well, it's over 100, so we don't have to worry about that. So it's 0.375 over 100. There you go. And we get our cross products. 100x equals 0.375 times 2,500. And if you use a calculator and divide both sides by 100, 0.375 over 20 times 2,500 divided by 100, okay, the value for interest for option 1 would be $56.25 after 6 months. If we do the same calculation, option 2 will yield $135. Okay, $135. Okay, option 3 will yield $972, and option 4 will yield $2,812.50. Okay, what I forgot to tell you is that after you get your x, okay, you simply multiply it by the number of, after you get this x, okay, so after this you simply have to multiply this by the number of, oopsie, the number of months. Okay, in years. So this is multiplied, since this is half a year, multiply this by 0.5. So basically get that, and then you still have to multiply it by 0.5. This one you have to multiply by 1. Okay. Multiply by 3 if you're doing it in years, and multiply by 5 if you're doing it in years. Yeah, but if you're doing it by months, if you're trying to find it by months, then multiply this by first one by 6 instead of by 0.5. This one by 12, by 36, and by 60. So these are all the interest earned, okay, for all 4 options. Okay, so which option earns the most? If you notice, okay, the option that earns the most is $2,812.50. Okay, what factors contribute to this? The time is the factor that contributes to this. So if you notice, the longer you leave it in the bank, the higher interest that it will earn. Okay, so if we use what we've learned in our calculator, and we want to find the formula for finding the interest on any account, this is the formula that we will be using. That interest is equal to principal times rate times time. So if you get all 3 of these, okay, and multiply them together, you end up with 56.6.25. Okay, the same thing with this one, 135, 912, and 2,812. So to be able to find the interest, you simply get your principal, multiply it by the rate, and multiply it by the time. Okay, so in this case, okay, we found the formula, interest equals rate times time. So as you discovered in the activity above, you can find the interest earned on an account using the formula I equals PRT. If you write the rate as a decimal, writing the rate as a decimal in percent proportion also allows you to write it as an equation and solve percent problems more quickly. Basically what it's saying is this: if I get my percentage over my base is equal to R over 100, and if I multiply both sides with B, I end up with P equals R over 100 times B. Okay, remember that R over 100 is the same as capital R, which represents the decimal form of R over 100. Okay, again, the capital R represents the decimal form of R over 100. So therefore, we can use the formula P equals RB, okay, or percentage equals rate times the base. Okay, so the form P equals RB is usually easier to use when the rate and base are known. Okay, so how do we use this formula? Let's take a look at example number 1. We want to find 36% of 65. And remember what we talked about. Okay, we talked about the number after the word of is always your base. Okay, so in the last slide right here, the very bottom, which is now gone, it tells you that, okay, the form P equals RB is usually easier to use when the rate and base are known. So in this case, we know what the base is, we know what the rate is right here. This is our rate. So we simply use P equals RB. Okay, in this case, if you notice in our last lesson, okay, we can restate this is what number is 36% of 65. Okay, so what number is our percentage is always equal to, okay, 0.36 is the decimal of 36%, and 65 is our base. So using the formula P equals RB, okay, we now have 0.36 times 65 will give you 23.4. Okay, so 23.4 is 36% of 65. Okay, so 23.4 is 36% of 65. In this case, let's look at the 1B. 15 is what percent? of 125. Okay, again, we know what our base is because it comes after the word of. That's our base. 15, we know right away, is our percentage. Okay, because what percent is actually our rate. Okay, so in this case, 15 is r times 125. Okay, so if you notice, this is our equation right here. Okay, so r equals 125, and we divide both sides by 125, so r equals 12. Okay, remember this is the decimal, okay, of our percent, so our rate is 12%. So 15 is 12% of 125. Let's take a look at example number 2. One of the largest charities involved in protecting the environment reported spending 198,722,500 on conservation recently. If this is 72.5% of the money they received, how much money did they receive? So we want to rephrase this question. Basically what it's asking is this: 198,722,500 is 72.5% of what number? Okay, so 198,722,500, we simply rewrite that, is equal sign 72% of, oh wait, this one is the one. Okay, so it's 0.725, decimal of 72.5 times b. And then to be able to solve for b, we simply divide both sides by 0.725, 0.725. We end up with a value for b as 274,100,000. So the Nature Conservancy, okay, or the charity, raised 274,100,000. Okay, and that's how much they were able to raise. So P over B is our formula, and then divide each side. We discussed that already. Okay. Let's take a look at example number 3. One of the most common uses of percents in everyday life is discount. So if you love to go to the mall, and especially over the break, you were at the mall looking for sales, okay, and this is where discounts come in. One of the most common uses of percents in everyday life is discounts. So let's take a look at example number 3. The regular price of jeans is $45.95. If there is a 25% discount and 6% sales tax based on the discounted price, how much will the jeans cost? First and foremost, you need to understand when they give you a discount, you subtract the discount from the original price. But the sales tax, you add on, okay, to the price after it has been discounted. So you can find the sale price in two ways. Method number 1, find the amount of the discount first. Okay, and in this case, we want to find 25% of $45.95. D represents our discount, and when you multiply those two, you end up with 11.475, and that's the amount of discount you get. So get that discount, $11.45, or sorry, $11 and why did that end up to be 49 cents? Okay, so that should be $11.48. Okay, and just leave it there, and then subtract it, okay, from the original price. So you get $45.95, subtract $11.49. So let's leave it at 49. That's just a typo. That should be $11.48. Okay, and you end up with $34.46. So the discounted price is $34.46. And that is just for finding the discounted price. Okay, we're not yet in the tax, so hold on. Let's take a look at example number 2, how to find the discounted price, and this is a shorter method. Okay, first subtract the percent discount from 100%. Since it's 25% off, there's a 25% discount, 100 minus 25% is 75%, so the discount price will be 75% of the original price. What it's saying is that if you take away 25% of the price, what remains is 75% of the original price. Okay, so what do? You simply multiply to find the discounted price. In this case, you simply get 0.75 multiplied by 45.95. That gives you the same answer, 34.4625. So in method 2, you get the remaining, you get your discount subtracted for 100% and multiply it by the original price. Okay, so that's method 1. Now let's find the price including the sales tax. So let's find the price including the sales tax. In method 1, okay, we get 6% of 34.46. Okay, that'll give us our tax. So basically 6% is 0.06. Multiply that, you end up with 2.06676. This is the tax that you'll add on, and then you simply add it to the discounted price, which is $36.53. So the total tax, or the total that you will pay with a 25% discount, is $36.53 with a 6% sales tax. Okay, method 2. First, add the percent of tax to 100%. So now you have 100% plus 6% equals 106%. So basically, the tax method is you get the original price and you add on the tax, and that's the reason why you're doing 100% plus a 6%. So you're getting 100%, okay, of the price of the jeans, which is 34.4625. Add on the 6%, which gives you 106%. So what you do with 106% is simply get that number and make it a decimal and multiply it by 34.46, and you still end up with the same answer, the 36.5276. So the total price is $36.53 with a 25% discount at 6% sales tax. Okay, so the jeans will be $36.53 after the discount and sales tax. Okay, and in California, you're lucky to have 6%. It's actually around very close to 10% our sales tax. So that's still a lot that you will add on to whatever you buy if it's not a food item. Okay, the secret word for this particular lesson is charisma. The secret word is charisma. Thank you for watching.